In what ways do perpetrators manage to bypass existing guardrails when posting such content? Because the platforms and everything is not without guardrails or limitations, but still they bypass. And what loopholes or systemic gaps exist in tech ecosystem that needs to be addressed?
I think there are two pieces of this puzzle. There are probably more, but two that I want to, focus in on. One is the biggest thing that perpetrators, really exploit is the shame and the trauma that accompanies this harm. They know that survivors are not going to find it easy to seek help, to support, to reach out to their loved ones, to tell them what's happening to them, just because of the shame and the stigma attached with this form of harm. The usual reaction of somebody you share your experience with is, why did you share your photos? So that shame, that blame that happens with the victims stops them from reaching out and getting help and support. And that's the first thing that perpetrators capitalize on. They want to make sure they know that the victim is not going to reach out, get help and support. And that's what they hone in on. I think the second piece of it, which you rightly talked about, is the tech aspects of it. These are very egregious bad actors, and some of them are very smart, and they know how these tech platforms operate. They know where those lines of those policies are, and they'll try and just walk up to that line and not try and fully violate the policy, but enough to intimidate or harm the survivor, but not enough context for the platform to be able to actually take action to take down that piece of content. So they really are, some of them are very, very smart. They also understand how the tech piece of it works. A lot of these technology platforms use something which is called image matching or hash matching, where once they recognize that this is a violating piece of content, they can actually stop it from being reshared on their platforms by using a digital fingerprint or a hash, which indicates that this is a violating piece of content. And these perpetrators know that if you make major alterations to that photo or that video, it will bypass the platform's detection systems and they will be able to upload it or share it. So they are technically, some of them are quite smart, and then very egregious, and they know how to game the tech systems or the tech safeguards that platforms put in place. The third thing they also know is that some of these one-on-one messaging apps, are not, they are encrypted. So tech platforms can't proactively get ahead of some of this harmful content over there. And so they'll try and use those one-on-one messaging apps or platforms to get ahead of or to harm the victim. The other thing which they do is they know that tech platforms aren't really talking to each other in this space. So they will hop platforms. So they will, share it on one platform. Then if suppose it is detected, the content is reported or the platform proactively detects it and takes it down and takes down their account, they will move to the other platform and move to the other platform. So they also know that, the tech ecosystem right now, unlike in child abuse content where, hashes are shared across platforms, they are not being shared across platforms for adult NCII. So they try and get ahead or try and scale up their abuse by hopping tech platforms to harass or intimidate the victim. So they do it both at the psychological level, but also at the tech and the platform level, where they have an understanding, some of them, not all, of what is going on.